It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're in for a rematch of Super Bowl 34. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Tennessee Titans, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
Just across the Cumberland River from those neon lights of Broadway, we welcome you inside Nissan Stadium here in Nashville. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that's a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who have to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
And it's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
We are about set for some football, and it's Joey Sly to kick things off. And off we go from Nashville. This taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out, Greg, by the #1 overall pick way back in 2009, Matthew Stafford.
Stafford was one of those guys, Mike, that I think through the first half of his career was probably the most underappreciated quarterback in the entire league. The talent was always undeniable. But what he was constantly discredited for was just the fact that he was on some really bad teams that were left to play really irrelevant football down the stretch. Immediately changed that narrative the second he joined a championship roster. Now, he's just trying to see if he can add some more hardware to that resume and solidify that legacy even further.
Here's 2nd and 9. A shotgun snaps to Stafford. Nakua snags it over the middle. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
On first down, it is Williams. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
2nd down, it's Stafford. Right side, complete to Nakua. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
Stafford now to throw on first down. That's into the hands of the tight end, Tyler Higbee.
Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, pitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Off play action, it's Stafford. Working across the field, Nakua has it. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
Stafford to throw again. There's a short one taken in by Higbee.
And This is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll throw once more. Here's Stafford. That is caught at the 3. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal. Very nearly a touchdown. He's going to be marked out of bounds just shy of the pylon. 15 yards the pickup. Good for a 1st down. Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is 1st and goal. Here's a run with their tight end. Good blocking, and he's in. Colby Parkinson. Touchdown, L.A. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Joshua Carty comes out now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Rams will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Tennessee offense taking the field for the first time. Leading them out, it is their rookie quarterback from your alma mater, Greg, University of Miami.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
So you're on the sideline and you're watching the other team go right down the field and score on their first drive. As a play caller, you have to be careful that it doesn't throw you out of your initial plan coming into the game. They wanted to establish some ground game here early, and that's exactly what they did.
Now a handoff to Pollard. And not a whole lot there as he'll get to midfield, and that's all. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now this time they'll look to throw. That caught Tony Pollard. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Every staff in the league that understands that we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted. The ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Up the middle, here comes Pollard. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Again, it's Pollard. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he'll be taken down.
And this has been a really nice answer so far to this game. Like, I mean, you watch your opponent take the initial drive and go right down the field and score. And what are you going to do in response? What are you going to do when you get that ball back for the first time in your huddle? And tell you what, they've answered all those questions, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
They'll run here. It's Pollard. A short game, down to the 7. Here now, 2nd down and goal. Again, they try Pollard. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Now they'll set up to throw. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Joey Sly on now for the point after. It's up and through. And the Titans come right back to tie it at 7. Team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Here comes a return from the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Rams offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. That's to Atwell. He's got it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Stafford now on 2nd down. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. To the air again, Stafford. He gets this complete, finding Adams.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Again, it's Stafford. Finds Nakua on the slant. And he's going to be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Throwing again is Stafford. He'll find his tight end. That's Higbee. And he'll be taken down. And that's going to do it. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Stafford. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. Let's give him a yard down to the 3-yard line.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Line of scrimmage, the 3, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it with Williams. Powering forward, he's in. Kyren Williams. Touchdown, Rams. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
On comes Joshua Carty for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Rams will move out to a 14-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Titans offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. That's caught by Van Jefferson. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
They'll run here with Pollard. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
Here's Pollard running left. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but they didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
A gain there of 20. 1st down for Tennessee.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
From the gun, they'll give it. It's Pollard. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they give it to Pollard. Strong running there, pushing his way forward to gain a couple. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. And he will get into the end zone. Then Jefferson. Touchdown Titans.
Just a beautiful ball there by the quarterback. And the point I want to make here, Mike, and make sure the viewer understands is, in the NFL, if you have to wait for a guy to be open and then deliver the ball, it's too late. So often these quarterbacks throw their guy open. They anticipate where the void in the coverage is going to be. That's exactly the reason this play worked out here, Mike, and he's able to connect here for a big touchdown.
Sly now for the point after. His kick is good. And the Titans will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Rams offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with 1st down. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. It's another run here for Williams. And this is going to be a Rams 1st down as the tackle's made just shy of the 40.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. He gets it into the hands of Atwell. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. On the give, it's Williams. Good running there, getting close to midfield. Let's mark him there. And a 1st down. From the gun, here's Stafford. To the left side, and Adams has it. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
1st and 10. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. A 1st down throw for Stafford. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd and 7. A shotgun snap to Stafford. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's in! Kyren Williams. Touchdown, Los Angeles. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done, but if you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
Next to score, Rams 21, Titans 14.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Titans offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14. And they'll begin 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He has Lockett over the middle. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire 1st half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. They give to Pollard on the option. A short pickup to the 38. Second down and 8. Pollard. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
That's good for a Tennessee Titan.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. We're back to Nashville in a moment. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he's in. Calvin Ridley. Touchdown, Tennessee.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Out comes Sly for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Titans will even the score. It's now 21-all. To level after the touchdown. In time for the kickoff. Here comes a return from the 3. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. From 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Stafford. This one complete to Atwell. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Stafford. He'll complete it to Adams. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. This one caught at the 4. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it with Williams. And he's going to be stopped in the backfield. Taken down back at the 3.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And now they're faced with a 4th and goal.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Halftime, coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll send their tight end left. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. He's brought down by Kobe Turner. So we're at half. Both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. 3 points, all that separates these two sides, has half number 2. Kicks off. The return starts from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking middle, and he's got Ridley.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
Here's 2nd and 2. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
He was seeking the veteran Tyler Lockett there, and it'll be second down. They'll look to throw yet again. His pass, caught. It's Chigokankwa. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. 23 yards on that pass play. That's good for a Titan first down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry. We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down. On the handoff, Pollard. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. Back to throw. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Titans. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Sly now for the point after. He's got it. And the Titans have taken a 4-point advantage. The touchdown. Here's Sly to kick it away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Now a 2nd down throw for Stafford. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Here's Stafford. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Fourth down, the Rams will send out Ethan Evans to punt. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. This returnable from inside his own 40. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Through the first half, it was clear. This pass protection, this offensive line unit, they were clearly up for the challenge. The pass rush was non-existent. But here in the second half, you can sense a little bit more urgency. You can see them start playing with a little more speed and intensity, and it pays off there with their first sack of the day.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford heading back onto the field. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From his own end zone, it's Stafford. Open man downfield is Higbee. And he'll be brought down, but not before they move it up past the 30-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
Here's a handoff to Williams. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll fake the handoff. Now Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
So the defense comes out in a cover 2 shell. What that means, Mike, is the 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. One guy has one half and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. But really where you can attack it is they don't have enough guys to defend all of the underneath zones, and if you run the right concepts with the right quarterback, you can pick them apart. He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Now it's Williams. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Play action now for Stafford. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Stafford now on 2nd down. This one caught by the back out of the backfield. And he'll be marked down at the 15-yard line.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. They run over center with Williams. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. backfield, line up for 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, Stafford. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
So on comes Joshua Carty to try this field goal. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Rams cut the deficit down to 1.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. Yeah! And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. That stop made by Byron Young.
A gain of 4.
They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And a good tackle out wide will hold them to a gain of just 3. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third down, 3 to go. Throwing now from the gun. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
As this clock continues to tick, we're getting dangerously close here to do-or-die territory. But after that 3rd down sack, real good chance of getting off the field. No points allowed. Let's see if their offense now can do their job, because defense certainly did theirs.
The Titans punting unit comes out to the field as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Rams offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll go again with Williams. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. A shotgun snap to Stafford. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Titans offense ready to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Pollard. And he's going to have a 1st down. Tackle made up at the 33-yard line.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. Now they'll set up to throw. This one is caught downfield by Ridley. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock.
That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another 1st down.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is 1st down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early 1st down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike, touchdown, field goal. But either way, I'm coming away with points.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll look to throw. That is brought in at the 10. And he's going to be taken down.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
They send Ridley in motion. He'll drop to throw. He'll get this out to the left flat. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. Gains nothing.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where they're zoned.
To the goal line and in. Alvin Ridley. Touchdown, Tennessee. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, they did everything they wanted to do on that drive, and now a chance to really make it an important lead.
Mike, with that touchdown there, they're an extra point conversion from extending this lead to a 2-score game. And at this point in the fourth quarter, I think they feel pretty good about their chances of holding on.
Out comes Sly for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Titans are going to open up the lead to 8. Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Well, sent in motion here. A give, and here comes Williams. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. They put Adams in motion. 2nd down, it's Stafford. Here's a screen set up to Williams. Can't ask for much more. On the screen, they gain 19 yards and a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, it's Stafford. Right back to Williams. They connect again.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
From the shotgun, it's Stafford. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. That one into the hands of Atwell. They pick up 17 through the air. 1st down, L.A.
Okay, so now you pick up that 1st down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
He's got it inside the 5. Out of bounds, but in business. They mark him down near the 2. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a 1st down to boot.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up first and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with sit.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Davante Adams. Touchdown, L.A. Greg, how often do we say it's a one-possession game, but that's a two-part story? Part one taken care of right there with the touchdown.
All right, Mike, so they go down and they get the all-important touchdown. But only half the time is this truly a one-score game. They need this two-point conversion here to tie it up.
Big spot for the Rams as they'll try to add a two-point conversion now. They put Adams in motion. He's got a man. That's caught. Give them the 2, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Titans offense and running back Tony Pollard going to take over once again. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
What really stood out to me, Mike, was the body language of the middle linebacker prior to the ball being snapped. So often we see the guy who's blitzing, they get a little antsy and they tip their hand. But that wasn't the case here. He times it perfectly. Nobody accounts for him, and he comes away with the sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the give, it's Pollard. And this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line. Wow, an important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is 3rd down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Calvin Ridley was the intended receiver. And it's going to be 4th down.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now it's a bootleg with Stafford. Right side, complete to Nakua. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it with Williams. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Throw it on 3rd down, Stafford. That's to Atwell. He's got it. And he will go all the way. 2-2 Atwell. Touchdown, Rams. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Cardi now to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Rams will go up by 7.
Rams 42, Titans 35.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. Here's 1st and 10. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll drop to throw. Lockett brings it in out wide. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Once again, right back to Lockett.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. That's to the left side, caught by Ridley.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They'll look to throw yet again. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical third down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got third and fourth down. There's no punt. There's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive. They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on fourth down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
That's taken in. And this is not going to do it. The defense comes through here in the final minute. And it may just be enough to get them a victory.
So the key to this play is when you're going to play pass coverage and you're going to drop in depth, you have to understand if the quarterback drops the ball off short, you need to rally tackle. You need to limit the run after the catch. Don't let that receiver pick up the first down. That's exactly what this defense was able to do in this situation. Tackle them short of the chains, force the turnover on downs.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Here's the give up the middle with Williams. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. Titans going to use the last of their timeouts here. Stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Third down and 9. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So it's a win for the visiting Rams. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it.